Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to QC Comics with, of course, another action figure unboxing videos. Well, two in one today. I've got from the Loki Disney Plus series, Marvel's Mobius, and the Marvel Sylvie. And I jumped all over both of these. I found this like a week and a half ago. I just hadn't got around to opening it yet. And then I jumped all over the Mobius. I was like, oh, it's going to be hard to find. I was right about one of them. Sylvie, this has been the only one I've seen. Mobius, my Target had 3 pegs full along with the Eternals figures, and then an end cap with like 20 more. So I was like, probably not a lot of people are going to be clamoring for a review of this guy. So I figured I'll do them together. I'll show you the boxes quick. I'll cut, and then we'll open it up, and I'll just kind of show you the figures and tell you what I think. But here is the back of the Sylvie figure. There's her information if you want to read it. And of course, very similar packaging, but here is the Build-A-Figure Wave. And then you've got the beautiful glossy artwork on the side. Same here with, oh, look at that. Oh, and what's, wow. See, I had to do it. Drives me nuts. I'm just, supposed to go to it's supposed to go down. It's their style. It's fun. But here's your information for Mobius here. And yeah, as always, the new Marvel Legends, newer packaging now, it's been around for a while, is always really clean, really sharp. So great packaging. So let's get these things opened up and see what we think. Okay, so first up, we've got Mobius here. We've got, this is, I forget the name of it. It's what they used to prune people. And then, you think they die, but turns out they're sent into a kind of almost another dimension. So, and this is a pretty good accessory they've got here. If you can see on the tip there, it really does have kind of like a coil kind of metal look to it. So that's really good. And then as far as everything else, just kind of a glossy brown paint down the staff here. And then the handle, it's got some nice detail in it. And it's just kind of a glossy black. Overall, really good accessory. And then we've got their version of kind of a flip phone here. And of course, this is what they use to kind of set people in time loops or do any sort of number of things, jump from timeline to timeline or into wherever they can find a variant. And I should have expected that it would open, but I just really didn't. I just kind of thought it was this. And so the fact that it flips open really easily and it's got all that detail in there, really nice accessory. Super happy with that. That's great. And then, of course, we've got the Mobius figure. It's a pretty standard suit from top to bottom, so not a lot to talk about there. As always, though, there's nice sculpt work to make a nice rippled kind of look to the jacket. The tie is, like I said, pretty good, but it just drives... I grew up when it's like your tip of your tie is supposed to top the top of your belt. I don't know what it is with this style that they're rocking here. And it does kind of push out. I'm going to see if I can maybe bend that in a bit, but not a big deal. Minor complaints. Onto the face, I look at it sometimes and I go, oh, wow, they really got Owen Wilson there. The nose looks good. And then from other angles, I'm kind of like, does it look like Owen Wilson? Overall, for a Hasbro Marvel Legend, I think they captured the likeness pretty good. And then the articulations, it's probably about what you'd expect. I don't expect to do too many dynamic poses with him, so I just kicked my camera. But yeah, you've got the usual. He can look up a bit, down not too much. It looks like he's got some ab crunch in there, but with the jacket, you can't really tell. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, he does go forward quite a bit. And he goes back a little way, so pretty good. The belt buckle looks really good too. And then I really like the color brown on the shoes with the gloss to them. Looks really nice. So let's get Sylvie in here and see what we think about her. All right, so we've got Sylvie here, but just real quickly, we've got her sword here, and it's got a really kind of almost like a neon colored blade to her sword. I like that a lot. And then there's the gold handle with a little bit of green sprinkled in. And the detail on the sword is, yeah, it's pretty good. So again, really good accessories with these. So definitely happy with that. And then it does also come with some alternate hands. On her left hand is an open hand, so you have a more gripped hand with the left hand here. You can do holding the sword with the left. And then it's on the right, just a closed fist at the moment. And then you can pop this in to hold the sword on the right hand. So whichever you want to do, I'll probably do the right hand, but however you want to do it. And then the figure itself, she does have this cape, but you can take this off, I think, pretty easily. Yeah. So that just comes right off. And then that really frees up her mobility. You've got the elbow swivel there. Arms go up to about a T-pose. She goes really far back on the ab crunch. And then, yeah, pretty good range forward. Head looks up really good ways. And then down a little bit. I love this with the horn broken off on the one side. And then over here, that all looks really good. The paint kind of looks like, on the hair, almost a bit like it's not fully filled out, where it just kind of looks like white plastic underneath the blonde. That's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not super noticeable. And then there's a little bit of color splashed in with the outfit. There's some green trim there, some gold there. This belt flows, so you can move this up and down. And then got some really good leg movement there. Yep. Oh, and you've got some swivel on the legs here, as well as the feet move around in pretty much every direction you'd want them to. So really good range of motion on, I mean, the Mobius was pretty good. This is, I mean, about as good as you can get, I would think. The arms, like I said, just go to about there. Could be, I guess, a little better, but that's just really nitpicky. Overall, excellent figure on the Sylvie, especially the face. Unlike the Owen Wilson, where from certain angles, it's kind of like, yeah, it's good, or meh, maybe it's a little off. This looks pretty spot on to the actress. They did a really great job on the face sculpt here. Yeah, everything's pretty much on point. I can't really look at it and say maybe something could have been better, or just, you know, for a $20 Marvel Legend, that's quality. That's good. You know, for a hot toy or a figure arts or something, yeah, maybe I'd expect a little bit better, but yeah, they did a nice job with that. Excellent. And one other thing, if you're doing the Build-A-Figures, I usually don't. I just don't buy every figure in every wave, but this did come with the Watcher cape. So if you have any other really tall figures and you don't want to do the whole Build-A-Figure, you know, you got an extra cape handy. So let's line them up and give final grades. All right, so there we have the Mobius and the Sylvie figure from Marvel Legends, and they're both excellent figures. No real complaints overall. The pruning baton is a really nice accessory, along with the Tempad. I could not remember for the life of me what the name of that was, but the Tempad, and that has got to be my favorite accessory I think I've got with a figure in a long time. I do kind of wish his hand was a little tighter, because it's really hard to get him to hold it. So, I mean, super nitpicky, but it's a great accessory because it can go with the Owen Wilson Mobius figure, or you could give it to Sylvie, or you could do it with Loki. So, like I said, the only issue is it's so thin. The figures really do have kind of a hard time holding on to it, but just a minor gripe. And the Mobius figure does have a little tougher time standing. The Sylvie was real easy, just popped right up. The Mobius, yeah, I don't know. I kind of had the same issue with the Loki. I think just with that suit mold, it just makes everything a little stiff. So it just doesn't want to stand quite right. But overall, I think the Mobius is like a 7.5 for me. You know what? Those accessories are too good. I'm going to bump it up to an 8. Just because of those accessories. The figure itself might be like a 6.5, 7. But those two accessories really, they really do bump it up a notch. So I'm going to give the Mobius an 8, and I'm going to give Sylvie, it's got to be a 9. The sword is, the coloring on it, everything on that, it is something that I didn't really notice in the box how cool it was, but I took it out and it looks great. So I love that. I love that she's got extra hands, so you can do her with all sorts of different fighting poses and different things. You can have her holding that tempad, and I think even with, if I can show you here, with, it's not going to frame, but it's a much more closed fist, so I think she would actually hold the tempad pretty good. So, and just the likeness to the actress is pretty spot on. Like I said, for the price point of Marvel Legends, I don't think you're going to get any better. My only real gripe with her is just that hair does look a little wonky. Just the white underneath, it really does look like it just didn't quite get colored all the way. And that maybe bumps it down from like a 9.5. But I mean, again, I'm just trying to pick a number and kind of pointing out some little things here and there. Overall, they're two great figures. Definitely pick them up. Definitely retail, I would recommend. If you see them, great. Mobius, I would not go over retail. Sylvie, though, if you got to pay a couple extra bucks, hey, I think she's worth it. So anyway, that is my review of the Mobius and the Sylvie figures. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And if you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever, comment below. Let me know what it is you thought I was spot on about. Maybe I was wrong about. Maybe you think that Owen Wilson figure is perfect and I'm just being too harsh. But overall, pick them up. I recommend them. We'll see you next time with the next unboxing / review or whatever it is I decide to do. Thank you so much. Take care.